What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we have Jujutsu Kaisen Megumi with one of his dogs, right? So I've done a standard Megumi portrait facing forward if you're looking for an easier one. This is him 3/4 pose, nearly profile, right? So I'm on a landscape page, use a pencil and eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. So because we're kind of nearly in profile, I think I'll start with the nose, okay? So his nose is kind of like this letter sort of L or upside down 7, right? So it like curves out here and back in, right? His nostril, just about here. And then his nose is going to curve around to his eyebrow on this side. So it kind of looks like an S or a number 2, you know, going this way. And that goes underneath his hair, right? And just at the top, we'll maybe add a little thicker line just to show where that eyebrow is. So his eye, just across from this here, the large eye, right? Just across that space, across there. And you want to thicken up his top eyelid a little bit. They have these spikes just coming down from their eyes there. By they, I mean Jujutsu Kaisen characters. And then his bottom eyelid just comes across and up here. And he seems to have like an extra line around his eye, just here. His iris and pupil, so he's kind of looking off to the right. So his head's turned away, right? So we're kind of, the eye isn't like in the middle. It's like over here, right? So we'll just curve this sort of half circle around. Like that. And then put his pupil in there. Okay, and then we got an eyelid line. So vertical line like that, and then a horizontal going that way. And then his eyebrow, just above this one, because we're in 3/4 pose, so the head is sort of tilted, right? So say where this eyebrow is, it's kind of, the eye sort of lines up with that eyebrow, right? If you were going straight across, see here? Eyelid line above, and then eyebrow above that again. So it goes across this way. And then we just thicken up this end. And then color it in sort of black. Goes underneath his hair anyway, so you don't see all of it. What we can see of the other eye is not much, right? Because it goes in behind his hair. So we can just see like the side of his face sort of here. And then an eyelid line just coming across eyelashes just here. And then iris and pupil sort of in here. And then his bottom eyelid, real small, coming around in there. And maybe like an eyelid line as well. Okay, so we go down and do the rest of his face. So his mouth is down, across and down again. And then a bottom lip line, just a dash like that. Side of his face then comes down from the nose, curves in to where the mouth is, and then goes back out for the chin. Subtle sort of curves. And then his chin will curve around this way. Go up the side of his face towards the jaw. And in general, right, so in this character anyway, eyebrow to the nostril is about the same as nostril to the chin. Normally it's eye, but I think we've got a bit of a head tilt going on. So here to here will be about the same as there to there on that vertical axis this way. Here to there, about the same as there to there. And the bottom lip line, so here to this little bottom lip, so the nostril to the bottom lip sort of area, this is about the same as bottom lip to chin. Okay, so like here to here, about the same as here to here. Right, so that's kind of the proportion you're working with the face. And then jaw goes up the back, and then his ear will come around and join the jaw. So the ear sort of lines up with his eye here across this way. Go up, down, around to the earlobe. And then we have cartilage lines inside there. Easiest way I always find to start is like that letter J sort of shape. And then you can add more if you want. Right, so now his fringe and his hair. So we've got all these spikes that come down across his face. Remember, hair moves. Don't worry if you don't get like the same number of spikes as me, or, you know, the animators don't worry about these things. They just get the general shape. You know, because hair moves all the time, so. Right, but once you get that general sort of feel for it, you should be okay. And then spiking out here. And this is going to have loads of big spikes that go around the whole head, all the way down to the back of the neck, which is like here. Right, so. And spike all the way out and around. So let's go. And so they all sort of spike the same way, kind of like shark fins going up and down. And then about here, there's one that goes the opposite direction for some reason. Like that. And then you go back to that same pattern again. So you just go back the other way. Like that. So then the rest of his neck comes down into his collar, back of his neck down there. The collar will come across that neckline, and then neck muscle line in there. So the other side of his collar comes across, crisscrosses this, and then goes down for his buttons and things. So then the back of his neck, we have the rest of the collar coming out from behind it. Down like so. Front of it. Down this way. So then this kind of steps down. So we got like a couple of steps. Right, and it disappeared behind his shoulder, but we've got some buttons then inside here. With these kind of patterns on them. Roughly like that. There's more detail, of course, in there, in the actual image, but I'll just make it sort of simple like that. And then shoulder, step down like this for a fold, and then the shoulder sticks out, goes around, and the arm steps down. He's doing a curse mark, but his hands are together off the bottom of the page, and his back goes down this way. Then the other shoulder, down that way, and like his chest here, And then maybe, yeah, like so the other shoulder, his arm, so it comes down this way. And you might see some fold lines on the shoulder here down to there. Right, and that's it. So let's go over and do one of his dogs now. So the gray one. You could do the white one. They kind of look the same. So let's start, yeah, his eyes, right? So kind of simple enough. So curve line that way. And then bottom of the eye here. Up there. And we'll make this a little bit longer with sort of a line like that. And then so thickening up some of the edges. And then his iris. Looking up, so half circle under the top eyelid and a pupil. Just there. Then we go over and do the same on the other side. Curvy top eyelid line. Goes down around. You just want to thicken up and add sort of this sort of dark circular section there in at the tear duct. Iris. Half circle. Pupil. Half circle. There. And his nose. So just down here, this sort of love heart shape. Down like so. It comes around. The nostril. It goes down and in. Like so. And there are some extra detail lines. So like around this sort of eyebrow, frowning lines. Can be done with hairy sort of hatching lines. Kind of like that. And then the snout, so we have sort of coming down this way, right? So it comes down, bumps around twice, comes up around his face there. And this will come to a sort of furry section just here, some spikes on the edge of his face. Same thing here. So, and his bottom lip. Curves around there. Another line for the edge of it here. And then we have some fangs sticking down. Some sharp teeth coming across the top. And some sharp teeth coming across the bottom. So the rest of his head then is like fur, basically like layers of fur. So let's see, I need a different Sharpie for this. So yeah, so we'll just go for this, right? So he's got all these kind of fur lines coming all the way around his head to his ears, right? So there's no easy way of doing this. You just gotta add all these spikes. Going all the way up here. We'll stop this side and we'll go over the other side just to kind of keep it a bit even. Like that. So it's kind of like it looks a bit like a beard. If you want, you can add some texture and stuff on it. And then we'll go all the way up to his ears, right? So his ears, we'll draw in the ears. So here. Right here. And then another ear across from that one. Down like so. Lots of hair spikes. And then say like the inside kind of ear line there. Same thing over here pretty much. All right, and then we'll bring all this fur in around behind the ear. Like that. Like so, right? And much sort of texture and stuff going around his head as you want. Right, so then he has 3 red circles. We'll draw them in. They're done in red, not black line. So, but we'll draw them in anyway. And then there's these black lines that come down from them. And then more fur. So coming down from his body, goes kind of behind Megumi's hair here. More fur, sort of chest fur. So this is kind of how you generally draw an anime sort of wolf face as well. So for anyone looking to do that. And then the back of his body like goes off this way. And like back of his body's there, and then on this side, back of his body is here. I guess this is like an arm. Yeah, and his paw, front paw goes down that way. Kind of goes in underneath his body there. And then paw on this side goes down this way, comes out here. So he's like jumping forward. Okay, I think that's everything. That's how to draw Megumi with one of his wolves. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.